Hey, what's up guys? So today I want to take you through my back workout. So I'm going to be explaining every exercise to a detail. So firstly, before we move into the video, I want to give you a few tips, okay? So firstly, we need to focus on our scapula, okay? That'll be the main factor on executing our back. So that means we want to focus purely on protracting and retracting our scapula, okay? So protracting and retracting. I'll show you from this angle. So it's going to be protraction and retraction, okay? So I see a lot of people using their arms, okay, when they train in back. So sometimes you might watch someone on YouTube, okay, performing back exercises, okay, someone who's got big back, and you might get confused because it is not what you see. So someone you might see somebody doing something like this, okay, just moving their arms. So you presume that's how you train your back, right? So it is. So, but there's a big difference between doing this, moving your arms, and actually protracting and retracting your scapula, okay? So the reality is when we're doing this, we're actually not using our back at all, okay? We're only using our biceps, okay? So it's not the motion itself, it's about the scapula. So always have this on your mind before you performing every exercise, and that will help you a lot to execute your back and build a better back. So I hope this helps. We're gonna move into the video now, and yeah, let's get into it. Right, starting with the first exercise, which is dual cable curls. The purpose of this exercise is purely to activate my lats. So what I'm doing here is I'm focusing on squeezing my back, so protracting and retracting my scapula. So fully stretching and squeezing my scapula. I don't count this as my exercise, one of my main exercise. This is purely for activation and just get the muscle mind connection to my back. So I recommend anyone doing it. If you got a problem feeling your back, start with simple exercise such as dual cable curls and just try to get a connection with your back before you go into your main exercises. The weight we're using is not important at all here, so don't focus on how much weight you can lift and don't focus on the reps either. Just do as much as you can to get the right connection. Moving into my main first exercise, which is lat pull down. I like to place this as my first exercise simply because I can really feel contracting my back. But if I place this as my last exercise, I don't really feel the contracting because my back is exhausted and full of blood. So that's the only reason. Now the key factors here are really controlling the movement, okay? So no momentum, that means using a weight where we can perform anything between 10 to 15 reps and really controlling the movement, okay? So as you go down, you hold it for 1 second to really squeeze your scapula so you get a great connection with your back. Now, position-wise, just keep it nice and straight, maybe slight arc in your back, but don't lean back too much because your position should be nice and natural, so where you feel the best, stay there. Now, second exercise, which is one of my favorite at the moment, Romanian Deadlift. So this exercise is one of the hardest of the session. We're going anything between 4 to 8 reps, which means pretty heavy. So the key factors here are really controlling the movement. So as we go down, we need to make sure our back is constantly straight, okay? So we're not rounding our back at all. That will lead to some serious injuries. This exercise targets the lower and middle portion of the back, so it gives your back a nice and thick look, so it's a really great exercise. Now I'm gonna perform my main set, so I'm gonna leave the sound on and you can see the intensity. Now moving into the third exercise, which is cable pulls. So this really targets the upper portion of the back. So as you can see, it's all about protracting and retracting the scapula. The arms are purely used as a hooks, so they only allow me to protract and retract my scapula. So it means fully stretching your back. As you can see, my back gets fully stretched, and then I contract my scapula and hold it for a second. That will really allow you to feel your back very well. So no momentum use whatsoever. Okay, so use a weight where you can perform anything between 10 to 15 reps. That will be ideal for this movement. And as you can see, my back is constantly straight. Okay, so I'm not leaning back or I'm not leaning towards the cable either. Okay, so this is a better angle, so you can see my back is nice and straight. Okay, and it's only protracting and retracting the scapula. So if you already noticed or not, as you can see, I'm using a little box. The reason being is to make the cable in alignment with my upper back, which only feels better and allows me for a better contraction at the top. So the angle is more ideal for the movement. Moving into my last but not least exercise, cable pullovers. So I usually like to start with this exercise because it's really great to activate your back, get the right connection with my back, get the blood in there, and then I move to my main exercises. However, I decided to finish with this exercise today because I already done my compound movements and my back was exhausted, so I just wanted to get extra blood in the back. So the key factors here are really same as always. Elevating the scapula. As I go up, you can see my scapula is elevating, and as I pull the cable down, I'm squeezing my scapula. So there's gonna be angle from behind, which is gonna be a little bit better for you to see. So as you can see, I'm elevating my scapula, and as I go down, I'm squeezing my scapula. And remember, there is no need to go heavy here at all. Okay, this is purely about contraction. We done our heavy sets on previous exercises, so focus on contracting and elevating your scapula and really feeling the exercise. It's great to really get those slots going. Right guys, so that's done for the video. I hope it helps and you learn something, get something out of it. So remember, when you're doing exercises in the gym, especially for back, don't just copy people, okay? Choose exercises which are right for you, okay? Which suits you the most, and most importantly, based on your weaknesses. So do the exercises which you actually feel, okay? And do them with a purpose. So for example, if you need to improve your lower back, if you want to improve your lower back, then you choose exercises which targets the lower back. So if you need to improve your upper back, then you're gonna choose exercises which target that area of the back. So always be smart about it, don't just copy people, okay? And make sure you are always feeling the exercise you are doing, so you're not actually wasting your time. Okay, so I hope this helps, and I'll see you on the next one, guys.